Employee burnout has been a pressing issue way before the COVID pandemic and all the stressful changes that it brought onto us. Today, it poses an even bigger threat to workers' well-being and the success of organizations worldwide. Work-related exhaustion leads to a whole host of physical and emotional issues ranging from decreased productivity and a lack of focus to lasting sense of failure and anxiety. In today's video, we'll talk about how burnout affects us as individuals and the organizations that we work for. More importantly, we'll provide you with 4 essential reasons for chronic work-related fatigue and how higher management should assist you in preventing it. Let's dive right in, shall we?
Hey, and welcome to the official Teamly YouTube channel. If you enjoy our content, please click the like and subscribe button below. Now let's get straight to the video.
So first, we're going to take a look at 4 of the most common reasons for burnout. Well, 5, because one of them is obvious, being overworked due to an unmanageable workload. But as this is a pretty obvious point, we're just going to talk about 4 of them in more depth. But before we actually go into the topic of burnout, let's take a second to contemplate the things that sometimes push you to the limit. Please feel free to comment down below and share these things with us because we're constantly seeking ways to learn more about people and their lives in the workplace. Okay, so on to number 1, unfair treatment at work. A study conducted by Gallup suggests that when employees strongly agree that they often are treated unfairly in their workplace, they are nearly 2.5 times more likely to experience work-related burnout. There are many things that can be classified as unfair treatment. They can range from favoritism and prejudice to payment and corporate policy inequality. It may seem self-evident, but people value working in an environment that instills trust and mutual support. Depriving them of that will only prevent them from building meaningful relationships at work and, as a result, cause massive amounts of anxiety and unease. The next one is a lack of clear communication. Our brains seek clarity continuously, so it continuously scans our surroundings for sources of danger. Well, what does this mean for our professional environment? We find it hard to function when directions are unclear. Simply investing time and effort into navigating inconsistent guidance from management can cause a lot of frustration and exhaustion. The next one is a lack of support from immediate and upper management. Managerial support is a critical component of a healthy work environment. Having a clear understanding that your superiors are there to provide you with meaningful assistance once challenges arise allows workers to become more engaged, enthusiastic, and motivated. Research suggests that employees that feel a lack of support from their management are 70% more likely to experience chronic levels of fatigue at work due to continuously feeling uninformed, alone, and defensive. Number 4, for those keeping count, is overwhelming deadlines. Continuous exposure to tight and unreasonable deadlines can give a profoundly harmful effect on morale and well-being of an employee, especially over long periods of time. It's also important to underline that aside from the damage this unreasonable time pressure causes on its own, it also stops people from enjoying meaningful and positive work experiences. And as a result, this slowly and methodically decreases an employee's productivity, motivation, and passion for the work that they do. Now that we've explained the most common reasons for burnout, we'll talk about some solutions. However, before we maintain a few solutions for diminishing the frequency and gravity of work-related burnout, we'd like to underline that a crucial part of this process involves workers educating their management and vice versa. As a burned out worker, the first and most important step towards addressing this issue is speaking up about it and letting people know that your current work environment is not compatible with your emotional well-being. Simply anticipating systematic change without communicating your needs and grievances can hardly be considered a viable option. Okay, so here are some ways organizations can help prevent their employees from being overworked. First, managers should be open about hearing their colleagues out. It's absolutely essential that all managerial staff is equipped with the knowledge and the tools that will help their teammates deal with chronic stress. The second one is that organizations should design workflows that encourage collaboration. Coworkers play a vital role in a person's emotional well-being at work by providing support and understanding. They understand the stress of the job and can provide their colleagues with meaningful recommendations. The third one is to improve job design by making every role more purposeful. Every single one of us has a deeply rooted need to do meaningful work. We want to know that our work has a meaningful impact on the people around us, including the organization's clientele. The next one is to make sure that employees have a say in performance expectations. We all have individual stress thresholds, which means that we should have a say in how much work we are comfortable doing. Forcing workers into insurmountable amounts of work will invariably prevent employees from being more productive. Number 5, provide more autonomy. While managers should be there to provide employees with assistance and support, that shouldn't be considered an invitation for micromanagement. Organizations should learn to recognize that all people are intelligent and creative enough to deliver great work under the right conditions. And lastly, make mental and physical well-being an essential part of the company's values. When an organization seeks to make well-being part of its corporate culture, it enables all employees to live healthier and more meaningful lives at work. There are a number of ways to implement this, like establishing a peer support program. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video and that it provided you with some meaningful insight to work-related stress. Never hesitate to speak out about burnout and stand your ground when you feel like you're being treated unfairly. Thanks for watching, and as always, make sure to check out our blog at teamly.com to find more valuable professional advice.